Back here at Dominico Field, Anthony Porcellato, who came in to get the Red Sox out of a disastrous bottom of the first inning, is back on the mound facing Yordan Manduley, the number 3 hitter in the Maple Leafs lineup, and he takes strike 1. It wasn't a good first inning for Brantford, but boy, it made it look a lot better when they came back and responded with a couple of runs of their own and made the Maple Leafs starting pitcher Veselinovic throw a ton of pitches. And this one's hit in the air. This one is caught on the line by Brody Black. Manduley hit that one to nearly the same spot. Black had him played really well, as he did in his last at-bat, and that's the first out of the inning. And that's a welcome sight, as Anthony Porcellato tries to eat up some innings here in Toronto. Yordan Manduley, the average will go down a little bit, but he came into that at-bat hitting .392 on the season. Boy, has he ever been good. First pitch in the dirt to J.J. Dutton, who's a .301 hitter on the year. The hit in his last at-bat got his average back above 300. Didn't dip down for long, but he did have a couple of 0 for 4s against Guelph and Kitchener. So good to see him back in the hit column. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Dutton takes a strike. J.J. Dutton, one of the Maple Leafs All-Stars this year in Chatham-Kent. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Dutton hits one on the ground, up the middle for a base hit. And just like that, JJ is 2 for 2. Another sharply hit ball in a perfect spot.
Yeah, well, and the Leafs have just been placing balls very well early on here. They've had a couple of infield hits. They've had a couple of really nice hard hit extra base hits. Just mixing things very, very nicely.
So here comes Taveras. Mentioned he's got an OPS of 1,270 over his last 9 games. He's been really good. 6 homers over that stretch is the big one, as Taveras takes a strike. Crix had a couple of home runs against the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers, but it wasn't enough. He tied the game 7-7, but the Maple Leafs, who had a 4-0 lead early on, just weren't able to coax that one to the finish line. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Strike, another perfect pitch down and in on Taveras, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
Taveras, even down in the count, just looks calm and collected at the plate. I think that's a big part of the reason why he's been on this streak lately. He just looks comfortable. He's seen a lot of this pitching now.
The 0-2 from Porcellato. Oh, he tried to go to the exact same spot, but that one was just a little further inside. How about the command from Anthony Porcellato on these first 3 pitches of the at-bat?
Yeah, he's been hitting his spots real well. Watt tried to pull that one up just slightly on the frame there, but wasn't able to convince the umpire.
And that one's over the head of Taveras, and I mean by 3 feet over his head. It goes right to the backstop, and that's going to allow J.J. Dutton to advance to second base. Did I jinx that with the command comment?
You might have. The announcer's curse.
That one just slipped out of his hand. That didn't have anything to do with the command, but that's just not a good feeling as a pitcher when the ball comes out like that. But it does happen from time to time.
Looked like he was trying to reach back for a little extra, just didn't get the great release point.
2-2. He's right back around the strike zone as he misses just outside.
Porcellato has struggled with command a little bit this season. Might have mentioned this earlier, but the walks more than the strikeouts.
A pitch up in the zone, and that's ball 4. Check swing appeal. And Taveras was just making sure he didn't get called for the swing. He indeed did not, and he heads down to first base.
Taveras working it back from 0-2 to take the walk there. Wasn't biting at anything that Porcellato had around the outer parts of the strike zone. Just great discipline, looking very comfortable at the dish.
The longest outing that Anthony Porcellato has had this season came back on June 5th when a couple of frames against the Barrie Bay Cats, ended up facing 10 batters. Most batters he's faced was 15 against his former team in the Welland Jackfish in his first appearance of the season. That came in a one-inning outing, and that one hit Marcus Knecht. And the command is starting to go a little bit here for Porcellato. We had a pitch go over the head of Taveras. That one hits Knecht. There's no way there's any kind of intent with either of those. But the bases are loaded again for the Maple Leafs as they look to add on again.
Yeah, it looked like there he was trying to spin something and just didn't get the hand far enough over to get it over the plate. No intention behind it, but it is the third batter hit today.
Yeah, the first one was Brando Leroux, hit by Mejia.
First batter of the game.
Right, and that got us started here at Christie Pitts, and it's been a run-scoring affair ever since. Toronto with 7 in the bottom of the first, Brantford with 2 in the top of the second, and Toronto looking to add on again here just in the second inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ross takes a strike. 0-2, Porcellato right back to the pinpoint command to get ahead in the count.
Ross had that little dribbler that Corrosis wasn't able to field back in the first. Eventually came around to score.
And Ross is going to rip this one foul down the line onto the hillside. Another great crowd here at Christie Pitts. 0-2 the count now. Ross was struggling a little bit at the plate, saw his batting average drop, and then came out and had a very Spencer Ross game against the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. Got on base 4 times, a hit and 3 walks in his 5 plate appearances.
Batting average a little lower than you'd expect for Spencer Ross, but that on-base percentage still up at 343. The discipline is there. He's an unbelievably selective hitter at the plate. Yeah,
and a lot of the time when Spencer Ross gets a hit, it ends up being a single as well. It doesn't have a ton of power in the bat, so he figures walks as good as a hit. He can get on base. Maple Leafs love that about their versatile third baseman.
Well, and he's the perfect guy to have in that bottom half of the lineup. You know, he can get on, turn things over a little bit for the top of the order. He's consistently in the middle of these Leafs rallies.
He's behind in the count, 0-2. And he strikes out swinging on a pitch up in the zone from Porcellato.
The command came back a little bit there for Porcellato. A really well-placed fastball there at the top of the zone. Ross just unable to catch up with it.
So Porcellato trying to get out of this bases loaded, at the time 1-out situation. He's got 2 down in the inning, and the catcher Matt Brandt at the plate. Brandt had a single in his last at-bat as he was able to sneak one through the left side of the infield. Ben Sitarenios is on deck. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And Brandt will take a strike on the outside corner. Porcellato came and maybe saved the day for the Brantford Red Sox. His job was to get Yasiel Puig out in the bottom of the first inning. He did that and turned things back over to the Red Sox offense. Here's the 0-2 to Brandt. Just inside. Boy, Porcellato is dotting pitches now. Brandt hitting .264 on the season.
Went 1 for 4, or 0 for 5 against Chatham, 1 for 4 against Welland on the 24th.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Brandt takes up high. Matt Brandt hails out of Queensville, Ontario. Spent some time with the Point Park Pioneers when they were in the NAIA and the NCAA's Division II before coming here to the Maple Leafs. Played a couple of games last year as well. Here's the 2-2. Upstairs again, full count. Good at bat being worked here by Matt Brandt.
Porcellato's gone to that upstairs fastball quite a bit when he's ahead in the count.
Don't forget, Matt Brandt has a couple of home runs on the season too. It's been a little while, but he's got a little bit of power in that bat. 2 outs in the inning. 3-2 pitch from Porcellato. Runners on the move. And it's ball 4. Matt Brandt with a stone cold take draws the walk. And the Leafs have 8.
And just a really well done at bat by Matt Brandt there. Again, went down in the count. Porcellato's had some command issues and was just able to work his way back. And that is what you want from the bottom of the order. Now they've, Sitarenios here can hopefully turn things over to the top of the order, but Ross and Brandt back-to-back walks.
Sitarenios takes strike 1. I mean, this is the first time we're getting to see Brantford here, so we're kind of getting our first look this season at a lot of these Brantford Red Sox players. Porcellato looks like he's got a lot of raw talent out there on the mound for the Red Sox. Sitarenios swings and misses. Like he's got some really good stuff. It seems like he's very close to just kind of honing it in and being a really good pitcher in this league.
Well, and he's absolutely shown flashes tonight. Some of these pitches have been unbelievably well placed. And if he can get to that a little bit more consistently, the stuff is incredible.
0-2 pitch, just outside. And the Maple Leaf batter's just refusing to swing at pitches outside the strike zone. He had a bit of a wry smile on his face, thinking, how did you not swing at that, Ben Sitarenios? So he goes to the 1-2 pitch. And Sitarenios hits one back up the middle, off the glove of the second baseman, and there's no play at second. Cantor, I should say, the second baseman. Run comes in to score, and it's 9-2.
Yeah, that one just hit off the glove of Cantor there. A tough play. That ball was hit really hard.
Porcellato made some good pitches, but just hasn't been able to get out of this second inning. Maple Leafs have tacked on a couple more runs.
Some movement starting in the Brantford bullpen. A couple of guys stretching a little bit.
So Brando Leroux getting his third plate appearance here in the bottom of the second inning. Pretty sure that was Terry Smith who just came out to do the mound visit there with Porcellato, the Red Sox president and owner. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Leroux. Brando Leroux takes inside as he turned away from that pitch. Brando Leroux is 1 for 1 and he was hit by a pitch. And now he takes inside again. Brando has just seen that batting average climb, and it's up to 329 with his 1 for 1 evening.
Yeah, on-base percentage above 400 as well.
It was 3 for 5 last game against the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. A 2-1, Leroux fouls it off. Part of that good day included an RBI double that he ripped down the line at Fergie Jenkins Field.
Yeah, he's just an unbelievably toolsy player. Great bat-to-ball skills, great glove. Has some sneaky pop in there as well. Quick, just the kind of guy who can really do anything on the diamond.
Yeah, 5 home runs. 3 of them have been here at Christie Pitts, so he has proved that he can hit them in other parks as well. The 2-2 pitch, Tapper, back to the mound, off the glove of Porcellato, and it looks like it hit the batter Leroux before any of that mattered.
Yeah, it looked like it hit off the front foot of Leroux. So he'll take a second.
Maple Leafs would have loved that to be a little infield tapper because that was going to be a tough play, but it didn't matter. Brando Leroux was kind of wincing as he came out of the box right away. No way to play that one off. Porcellato trying to get out of the inning. Base is still loaded. The leadoff hitter at the dish for the Maple Leafs. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And Leroux takes high. And the Maple Leafs just taking close pitch after close pitch here in this bottom of the second inning.
Porcellato, the pitch count's getting up there. He's had a lot of deep counts.
Big 3-2 pitch. Leroux fouls it off. If you're Porcellato here, you got to throw a strike, and Brando Leroux knows it. He has got to just groove him a fastball, whatever pitch you can locate. Yasiel Puig is on deck, and if he comes to the dish, I mean, he could really just put this game completely out of reach. Runners on the move again. In the dirt, ball 4. Another run is going to come in. Yasiel Puig comes to the plate with the Maple Leafs leading 10-2.
Just another great at-bat there by Leroux. The discipline showing. Porcellato, again, the stuff is unbelievable. Just some very clear command issues tonight.
Yeah, I don't know about a breaking ball in that situation. I mean, there are a lot of good things Leroux could do for Brantford if he puts that ball in play. It could be a ground ball. It could be a line out. Now you got to face Yasiel Puig with nowhere to put him. And Puig is going to lace this ball into the gap. This one's down and it's going to roll all the way to the wall, and it could clear the bases. Puig has himself a stand-up double. Here's the throw to the plate. Not in time. Leroux comes in to score, and the Maple Leafs blow it open here in the bottom of the second.
Well, and clearly some frustration on the mound from Porcellato there. Missed with the breaking ball against Leroux. Then he comes back with what seemed like a frustration fastball against Puig, and you can't throw that pitch to Puig because he will swing it, and he will hit it.
Yasiel Puig at the dish when he knows a strike is coming is just unhittable. He basically bats 1,000 in those situations. Oh man, I like that you highlighted going back to that breaking ball on the 3-2 pitch to Brando Leroux. That was critical piece of this inning. Here's Yordan Manduley. Inside, and did that one hit him? Manduley moved out of the way. If you remember too, Manduley got his hand out of the way. That's a big thing because earlier on in the season, actually it was less than a month ago, Manduley got hit on the hand with a pitch. It was when he was squaring to bunt and missed some time. So obviously the last thing he wants is to see a ball come inside on him. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Manduley fouls it off. He might have chased a pitch up in the zone there.
Manduley led off the inning. So once again, for the second time in 2 innings, the Leafs have batted around.
In that game where the Brantford Red Sox, or Brantford Red Sox, the Welland Jackfish put up 30 runs, I don't think they had this many runs through the first 2 innings. So it could be a storyline to watch here early on. A little bit of a hold. Now the 1-2 pitch to Manduley. And he checks his swing. No, he does go around on a pitch that was inside. Porcellato will take it. Well, the Maple Leafs have put up 13 runs through 2 innings here against the Brantford Red Sox. They put up 6 runs in the second inning. They have 13 through 2 and a big lead here at Christie Pitts.